Welcome in. We're pleased you're joining us for our first finale of the day, the 2018 division, the Riptide of PI and the NB Ice. Winner take all. Malik Macri is in net for the Ice. Lance Toole is in net for the Riptide. And we are off. This will be the last game of the 2018 division as the Ice have it in their own end. Taylor trying to go around the net, has it stolen. Working up the wall was Malone, almost with it. Regather just outside the neutral ice. Here's Zafiris. Moving it up, Malone. A nice little dangle, gets by one. Here comes a member of the NB Ice to take it away. That was Cormier. Working back, it's flipped. Here's Jennings rather, bringing it in. Jennings gets a little poke. Stops. Looks towards the line, towards Zafiris. But had himself in a bit of a preoccupied tangle up in the corner. Is now a lend up behind the net. Working with it, here's Mallet. Mallet up the wall, Duffy trying to chip it by once more. As it's caught, the Riptide will shoot it in, and the Ice will regain possession. Through the neutral zone they go. Taylor stopped up in here by Carr. Just outside the blue line. Brought up by Carr, Hattie Carr. Trying to force its way in the offensive zone. Cameron O'Neill with it for the Ice and behind the net. Flips it behind the net out of the reach of Lavoie. Shot on net, blocked by Lavoie. I think she got hit up high. Here's Carr, the shot towards the net. Off a skate, blocked in the zone. Redirected off the boards. It's taken away. Stay tried a little wrap around her. It's taken away by Terrien. The shot, or the dump-in attempt, perhaps, into the zone was blocked. It's taken away. Brock Lewis will find it in open ice. Here's Lewis rotating back to his own end, looking at his options before skating it up. Poke checked. Lavoie chasing after it. Flipped up by O'Neill. O'Neill went to the zone and onside along the left side. Here's O'Neill. Might have a chance. O'Neill to the back door. Would have passed the shot wide of the net. What a chance. Loic Alain been dangerous all tournament for the NB Ice. Almost got his team on the board. Here he is again. Loic Alain in a fight with the puck with Arsenault as it goes up to the Riptide. Flipped up towards the boards. Here's Tremere working his way up. Poke check by Alain. Very stellar offense, but underrated defense from number 71. Stepping in, McAdam working along. Can't get the shot off. Takes Vlahopoulos down with him. As now Tremere ends up in the corner. Working around, Arlo Tremere up top. Waiting. There's a shot from Way. Can't quite get it on net, though, as it was fanned on. As it goes closer to the hash marks for Arsenault. Puck hops over the stick of McAdam. And potential rush back the other way. Alain working his way in, and he's taken down into the side of the net. Where is it? Wow, that one was close. Over 2 minutes played, or 3 minutes played. And here's the chance earlier. Alain barely wide. Around the boards it'll go. Grabbed by Duffy. Flipped in Zafiris. Zafiris along the wall. Almost for Jay. As the Ice now have to rotate back on their defense. Grabbing it here is Maillet. Work down in behind the net. Regabbed by Taylor. Here the Ice might lose the puck here. It's out of the zone just past McKinnon. Ice comes storming back the other way. Lewis, or excuse me, that's Terrien putting it to the net. At the line, Tisdale flushes down towards the hash marks. Riptide attempt to clear. A good pinch from the line from Taylor before it's sent into open ice by Tisdale. Again, another poke right at the Riptide blue line. That's where Team NB has showed off their strength so far, is at the other team's blue line. Walking in, a little dump in towards the net taken by Jennings. Jennings will find his way along the wall. Taylor looking for it. as it's brought back. Lavoie, stick slash out of her hand. Jennings all alone. Jennings walks in the shot and had it fanned on. And perhaps a tie-up really did not help him on that. And Stay gets beat and takes a man down. That's going to be a tripping call. Our first power play of the game will be to the NB ice. Going to the box for a trip is Kingston Stay. Face-off taken by the Riptide. McIntyre will go across the boards. Is this enough to get it out? It is, as Kyle LeBlanc was about half a step too late.
To number 14, Kingston
trying to go to the middle. Carr
2 minutes for
has it in the zone. This will get outside the blue line, so the ice will be forced to make another reset. Here the ice are again, a little saucer pass in behind Terrien. Smith gets it outside. O'Neal works his way back in, a nice cut. He sends that to Terrien. Terrien, the shot is redirected and tied up. Went up just above the post. And here's Lavoie outside the zone. Team NB defense falling down. Luckily right to the aid. There's LeBlanc. Goes through a couple bodies. LeBlanc walking in. Tries the shot. And that one's turned away in net by Toole. NB with it. There's the quick shot. Fanned on, and Toole, another one to pounce on right in the crease. Outside the line, it goes. Yeah, now so we'll head to an NB Ice power play. Power play up and coming, the shot, they score! They capitalize on the power play. The Ice get on the board first. Luca Duffy. So the Ice
NB Ice goal.
out to a 1-0 lead on the power play.
Lachlan Tisdale.
It's going to be Tisdale with the goal. Duffy was first in the flyby, but power play, they are up 1-0 in this game. Skating back, Arsenault. What a move, Arsenault. The shot and barely missed. It looks like it had looked like as if it was going to hit the post. McAdam, he'll have a try. It's blocked. Walked back in by Arsenault, the backhand, saved by Meckery. As it goes in behind the net, out in front of the shot. As it's stopped in here by Zafaris. They try to jam it towards the front, 2 minutes. It's all that remains here in this first period. Stepping up is Lewis. Lewis works his way in, beats one man, the shot scores! Rock Lewis gets the ice to within multiple goals. That's 2-0. All he did was play it simple. Didn't try any fancy hands. Turned the Jets along the left side and took a shot, and that's all he needed.
NBI's goal scored by number
Here's
9,
Lewis.
Brooke Lewis.
Lewis,
Time of the goal,
Coming back
154 in the first
as he got tied up.
period.
It's rotated back by the NBI's defense. Shot along the wall, moving back to Stay. Stay in the corner. Rotated back. Stopped and turned by Lewis J. As they get it out, here's Malone. Malone working in, and they're in offside. Just over a minute left, 2-0 in favor of the NBI so far. Back in his own end, Seelig coming around his net, stops. I'd look for an option in behind the net as it comes out to the goal line. NB Ice back the other way. Less than a minute left, walking in with speed, Liam Legel, the shot scores! Liam Legel, talk about speed and shoot. He turns on, he gets on his wheels, walks in and sends it to the top shelf.
NBI's goal scored by number 97,
And the Riptide. Bring it into the zone. The shot towards the net was redirected away.
47 seconds in the first period.
They try to hold it in, and now goes behind the net for Seelig. Lincoln Seelig. A nice outlet pass over to Nash. Nash is stopped in by a whale on the boards. Less than 30. Here's Savoie trying to turn. As she falls, she leaves it in behind her, so now these players are forced to chase. There was a bit of a collision along the boards. Bench and fans wanted a penalty. It finds its way back into the corner. Ripped up against the wall. Stopped in, Way. Hit against the boards. Way gonna try to stop it again. This time it gets in behind him. 2 seconds. Legel needs to shoot. Can't pull the trigger in time. And then is in a collision as a Riptide player falls hard against the boards. It's 3-0 after 1. We'll see some interviews in this first period. And part of the 2026 East Coast Ice Battle here on MST. It's Brayden Lane from the Uniplex Uni Surface. Here with MST. Second period up next. So in a 3-0 game, the Riptide look to respond in the final game, but what a first period by the NB Ice. Can't take away that fact. As the Ferris at the line. Will shoot it in. Arsenault digs around in the corner, throws it to the side of the net as it's recouped by Malik Cormier. The Ice go up the wall. Could potentially be an odd man rush. Everyone bunching up against the one right side of the wall. Arsenault has his pocket picked. They shoot it up ice, however, as it's shot back by the NB Ice. Zavaris will throw it back against the boards. A lot of play happening in the near boards until it's taken to the middle here by Taylor. There's a big collision. McAdam losing it. Here's Lewis. Working in. Lewis, some nice moves. Sent to the side off a skate. Lewis getting it back. Will just get outside into neutral ice. Lewis hopped over the stick of Stay. Walking in, Braden LeBlanc with room. He scores! Braden LeBlanc, another goal for the NB Ice. As they have come ready to play in this one. 4 quick ones.
NBI's goal scored by number 8, Braden LeBlanc.
They walk in, they put it to the side of the net. It's quickly covered.
By number 9, Brooke.
And that was closer than it should have been.
Time of the goal, 10:31 in the second period.
Another shot, quickly corralled up by Thompson. All these games from now on MST will all be finals. It starts out with the 2018s. Duffy coming the other way. Stay. Forced him to the ground. Held in. There's a shot towards the net. Covered up by Toole. We're still just at the start of period 2. 9:51 to go. The Ice escape their own defensive zone. Vlahopoulos. They try to scoop it up. Walking in was Carr. Picked up by Lavoie. Will shoot it in past Alain as it finds Vlahopoulos. Vlahopoulos in behind the net. Waits. Banks it off the boards. Would have been good. And the Ice player had fallen down on the ice. Alain. Work down to the ice. Shot towards the net. That was closer than it probably could have been. Meckery watching it slide right by. The Ice work their way in. Alain shooting it down into the zone. Giving a little extra slash after. Delayed offside. It's touched up. And Alain will get the penalty for a slash. It was not a delayed offside. Only have linesmen The Riptide power play on the way. Here's the Ferris. Sending it down. It's going to be behind the net. Mayette. Back up to Zafaris. Might have it stolen. Stick at a Cormier's hand comes flying. Shot up. Attempt to the net. Doesn't go. Zafaris is going to come down from the blue line. He keeps the zone. Arsenault takes a stumble in the corner. Attempted clear. Going to be blocked by the body of Zafaris. Zafaris to the net. Back up to the blue line. McKinnon puts it back down into the zone. Going to the boards. There was McAdam. Up the line to the middle. Turning around. Trying to get a shot off. Tremere can't do it. Might have another try. The puck's under an NB Ice player. That's Taylor. That's laying on it. In front. The shot. Multiple chances. Another try. Doesn't go. It's still in. They score! The Riptide get on the board on the power play exactly halfway through. Jamming and jamming. That puck was loose the entire time. It finds a way to the back of the net. Now make it 4-1, the Riptide. Back in it, gaining some momentum. Stay going against the board. Stay shoots it out. That's off a skate, going all the way down the ice. Here's LeBlanc picking it up for the ice. Out in front, it's banked to the Riptide blue line. They put it to the net. Going to chase in the corner now is Jay. Around, McAdam makes a nice move, working to the blue line. That's Malone, rather. As here's Jennings circling the line. Put that into the corner. Malone going to chase. They battle loose for it. A bunch of sticks tied up as the puck's right up against the boards. We're trying to find it loose. The ice to the line. Stay trying to hold. I don't think that one ever left the zone until it was carried out here by LeBlanc. Kyle LeBlanc had it poked off. Jennings in the corner. Going in behind his net. The ice getting changes. Here's Jennings taken down. Going to be a penalty. Riptide 1-for-1 on the power play. They're going to get another one here. With a tripping call against Brock Lewis, 2 points in the game. Gonna add 2 penalty minutes with that. Working in the defensive zone around the boards. Way will stop at the line. His shot, glove down and caught. Impressive hand-eye from Teddy as he now works up with steam. Will assure that it gets deep in the zone. Taken away by the Riptide as they still try to find it in behind the net. Lavoie going against the boards. She chips it by 2 ice members on defense. Here's Braden LeBlanc through the zone. Had it poked off his twig. Loose puck. Lavoie will take it in. Here's Lavoie, could be all alone. Lavoie, the shot, scores! Jalisa Lavoie on the power play, make it 2-for-2 on the man advantage for the Riptide. And what a goal it was, grabbing it at center ice, skating by 1, and then a nice little top shelf snipe. As now the Riptide have gone 2 straight. as special teams proving now to be a factor.
Riptide goal, scored by number 17.
Moving back, it's flipped up against the boards. Zafaris trying to get it up. Here's Liam Leger coming back the other way. Liam Leger to the front of the net, covered the rebound. Another nice save by Toole, as he had to have perfect positioning through all of that and delayed icing. This one's not going to get there. Oh, it's taken back by Taylor. Taylor on defense. Works up the wing. It's Shamir that steals it. We'll put it in behind the net. Riptide with it. Some nice dangles in the zone. Arsenault hits the brakes, runs into two more players. And here we go. Could be a rush the other way for the ice. Working up, Leger. Leger tried to backhand it to the line, McAdam. This one's found loose, flipped, works up, here's Tremere. Tremere working in on two defenders. Tremere gonna let one go. And did not get all of that one. Is now back, come the Riptide, McAdam trying to go towards the net. And delayed penalty, or offside breakaway, walking in, they score! Malik Cormier gets the 5th goal of the game for the Ice. And give another goal on the board for the NB Ice. They try to kill some momentum at the Riptide. We're gaining at a rapid pace. Riptide back with it at the red line. Moving in, here's Stay. And looks like a penalty is being called. 2 for a trip on the ice. So it's a tripping call to Malik Cormier. He just scored a goal, now has to sit the next 2 in the box. Riptide are 2 for 2 on the power play. They look to continue that, get back to within a 2-goal game as they win the draw. The quick shot, save by Meckery, as that one bounced a little too much for comfort right in front of the net. Out of the zone, it's hit. Working back on it is Jay. Jay to the opposite side where no one is, but Jennings comes up with speed. Here's Jennings working up, tons of speed into the zone. Little spinorama backhand put just next to the net. Walking in the rebound, the shot right through the crease, still bouncing right in the blue paint. And Meckery able to cover it up. So tons of chances on the power play. Jennings has it poked off and stripped. Riptide won't be able to keep it in, but they keep possession.
Time of the goal, 4:08.
Here's Malone skating in to the O-zone. Has Alain right on him. Almost cleared out. Caught in the shot from far. That one from McIntyre. Due to the ringette line, no further. Here's Alain. With control, it's held in at the line. A strong stick from the defenseman, and Meckery will cover up that shot. Here's Terrien going up through. Working in. Seelig taken down, and we're going to have a penalty against the Riptide now. The linesmen are going to discuss. I believe they're saying body contact. Looks like that's what they're going to say the call is. So we're going to have 4-on-4 for 33 seconds. Regardless, it's Hank Hansen who's in the box. The Riptide will not get on the board this power play. As the Ice step back in. They fake the shot, then go to the middle. Here's a nice steal. LeBlanc, the shot off the blocker of Toole. Here another sharp angle shot that just misses the net. That was from Taylor. And here's a try, hoisted high. Will trickle past the crease. LeBlanc walking into the corner. Here's Maillet. Stepping in, as now the Ice have it in the middle. Working out Maillet. Will chip it into the zone. Picked up by McKinnon, poked free. Here's LeBlanc coming in from behind. Brain LeBlanc, the shot scores! And that's another one for number 8 in white. Brain LeBlanc will get his second of the game. As now this game an increasingly bigger lead. Here's Kaya LeBlanc in the zone. Has it poked behind and behind him.
NBI's goal scored by
They work, they fight in the middle. Here the Riptide have it back at center. Arsenault trying to move it into McAdam.
Time of the goal,
Ice looking to come back up. Lejeal trying to get a stick on it. McAdam had it for a second through traffic at the blue line. Cleared in by Malone. Or McIntyre, rather. At the side of the net. Looking out in front. That one almost took a bad bounce. As it's rimmed around the boards, it'll now be caught up here by Liam Lejeal. As the Ice leave the zone, it's an extended pass up for Nash. Carter Nash skating after it. He has Kingston Stay, who outpaces him and goes in around the net. Here's Stay, working out with speed. He accelerates through center. Stay still with it. Has multiple players on top of him. Now it's around the board. Stay in the corner. Backhand to the middle. Riptide worked their way in. Jennings the shot. Looked for a redirection with Tremere. Here's Tremere going to the corner. Lifted up as here's the Ice. The little turn in and out of some feet, delayed offside, and they are going to call it here. 3.4 left to go in the second period. And that will end the second period right after the face-off. 2026 East Coast Ice Battle here in MST. 6-2 after 2 in the finals. 2018 Braden Lane from the Unisurface Uniplex.
Who am I here with?
NB Ice.
NB Ice. And what is their name?
What?
What's their name?
Malik.
Malik. And what do you think your team needs to do to win this game?
A lot of passing, shoot that puck, and get some rebounds on the net.
Okay, cool. And lastly here, have you seen the rings out there?
I found them nice. We already won one championship. We can do it again.
Awesome. Thank you.
And that's what Malik Cormier had to say. As we start this second period. Cleared into the zone there. Riptide. And then behind the net. NBA stopping it. There's a Ferris right at the line, taken away. Working up, Malik Cormier. Like to see what he had to say coming into this game. And here's Cormier cutting wide. The shot just missed the net. He has a goal in this game. That was one that happened just recently in the second period to give the Ice a 4-goal lead heading into this third period where they have had straight domination so far in this hockey game. They've been playing incredibly thus far. Riptide hold it in. Vlahopoulos. Went back in by the Riptide. They fight for it right against the boards. There's a Ferris. The shot, rebound, put back to the net. And a good save there by Meckery to get on top of it. Face off to Meckery's left. The Riptide are going to have to start stringing together some goals, try to get some momentum here. It is off the crossbar. What a shot from Carr as it goes off the top post. Here's Lavoie. She has one. Tried to go to Carr. Almost had it back door. Fighting for it in the defensive corner of the ice. Stay the shot off the stick handle of Meckery, although I don't believe that was going on net. A great save nonetheless. As there's a Riptide player down, pressure and being applied. Taken away behind the net by Taylor. Taylor going up the wall. Storming back to retrieve this one is Stay. Stay against the boards. There was Terrien laying someone out. Lavoie kicking it to her feet. Taken down. LeBlanc, first shot blocked. Another try. Couldn't get the stick to the paddle. As now here's Lavoie up with Smith. Lavoie into the zone. Across for Smith. Trying a toe drag. Had it in between his feet. Puck's free in the high slot before it's knocked down and behind the net. Lavoie gonna make a quick move. First attempt blocked by Lewis. Second attempt, she had fallen down. Taken up by Brain LeBlanc. Blocked in. Ice in behind the net. They work out. Here's Lewis. She takes a bit of a stumble as it's shot into the zone. As the Ice try to work it outside, it will just trickle. Working back, Kaya LeBlanc. Delayed offside. This gives time for LeBlanc to storm outside his zone and gain some speed as he runs into the linesman. A big hit from the stripes. Back in the zone for the Riptide. McKinnon working in behind the net. McKinnon's going to now gain some speed with a little cut. Here goes McKinnon. Makeda McKinnon will drop it off here for McAdam. Will stay just onside. Going around the net, Kyle LeBlanc. As there's a hit up against the boards. And the NB Ice take over. Poked across to Nash. Nash to the middle. Working out. There's another collision. There's a pass out in front as they look for it. Riptide in their own end. touched up. Unsportsmanlike, I believe the call is. I think 2 players are going. Yeah, they're grabbing 2. So this will even out. Everything went down behind the play. Where they're not taking 2, it'll only be Oliver Malone to the box. So this gives an NB Ice power play. As here's a shot from the ringette line that doesn't go through. As here the Riptide short-handed stepping in along the left side. There's the shot, the save, but a penalty coming up to the ice. What a great rush that was. Gonna draw a penalty, so 4-on-4 for 1:35. Here's Seelig. That's gonna take a penalty, so 4-on-4. Backhanded from the ringette line. Doesn't get on net. It was sticked away. Here's another chance. Stay. He's bodied. That's going to be another penalty to the ice. 4-on-3 coming up for the Riptide. And then they'll have a brief 5-on-3. Or Riptide 4-on-3 for 1:25, and then they'll see a brief 5-on-3 as it's tossed the length of the ice. Here the Riptide regrouping, tons more ice to work with. We're gonna see how spread out they'll get into adjusting. Jennings blocked in. Here's Jay recovering. McIntyre trying to poke it free. Taken by Lewis and sent out to the middle. McIntyre will throw it against the wall. Back for the NB Ice defense. There's the Riptide player that had gone down, an NB Ice player going down with. Ice regroup as it's taken and cleared. And confusion on why the whistle happened. Whatever it is, the face-off will be into the zone of the Riptide. Let's hear the Riptide breaking out. 30 seconds left until they get a brief 5-on-3. Here's Lavoie into the zone. We'll send it across. Smith ends up bumping. Was it Lavoie with a shot? Didn't work. Smith with a good stop. Put to the net. Off the pad of Meckery. Lavoie picks it up. She's tied up in the corner by O'Neill. O'Neill and Lavoie. They're all tied up. Before the ice will pick it up and fire it down the length of the ice. 5-on-3 now for 20 seconds. They work up. Still getting through. Here is Way. Way is stopped. And the Ice will make their way back as they clear it all the way down. Face-off won by the Ice. They work it back to McKinnon. Both players now out of the box. It's 5-on-5, even strength. Now the last 5 minutes, loose out in front. Ice look to jam at it. Now goes to the line, and they'll be offside. Riptide with possession in their own net. They try working out of the zone, getting up towards the blue line. McAdam sent back in the zone. McKinnon going after it around the boards. Chasing after was Tremere. He lost an edge while going for the puck. It's now taken by the Riptide. Move back the other way. Trying to flip it up against the wall was Arsenault as they find it in center. Laho Paulus moving down. It's backhanded by Brain LeBlanc into the zone. The Ice are just going to try to play very defensive these last 4 minutes. They're up by 4. Don't be surprised if the Riptide coaching staff try and pull Toole just for any last second desperation. Stay moving in. Dropped off McAdam. Trying to go towards the crease. Here's the pass. Looking for it was McKinnon. Or Jennings, rather. Couldn't get on it. Here's Alain working in. Good defense played, and they're offside. Here's Stay back in his end. The shot attempt will find its way into the corner. Jennings against the wall. Here come the Riptide back the other way. A nice pass to the middle from Malone. Malone stepping in and couldn't get the pass off. Had a rolling puck on his tape and 2 members of the Ice waiting right for him. Going in behind the net. Here's Jennings. Jennings will go around the boards. It's flipped in here by Lejeal. Jennings again. He'll find it. It's flipped up as it goes in and off the tape of Jay. Could be a rush as long as they stay onside. That one looked very close. Half a step difference. Now it's sent down. Here's Jay. Working it across. Almost too many men. That was very debatable. Now 2 minutes left to go in the game. Out in front. Wow, that was a close one, but we're going to have a penalty coming up against the Riptide. That might be the dagger as Lavoie is going to touch up. So power play for majority of the end of this game. 2 minutes and 1 second left in the game. 2 minutes in the box for Smith. Unfortunate turn of events. In the corner, the Riptide take it. They throw it up. It's blocked in the line. A high shot banks in and off of the boards. To the net, the Riptide, they bring it out. Along the right side it goes. Short-handed, here's Way. Making his route in, the shot saved, and we're gonna have a penalty coming up against the ice now. 1:21 left to go in the third. So 4-on-4 for the remainder of this hockey game. The blue line turning around. Zafaris just wide of the net. Turning back, looking out in front. They jam at it right next to the net. The puck's loose in the slot. No one knows where it is. Still a big pile up. Everyone down on the ground. But still nothing yet. Here it is, last minute of play. We have 1 minute, that's all that remains for the 2018 division. And here's a 2-on-1 on the 4-on-4. Braden LeBlanc stepping in, works around one, LeBlanc to his backhand and scores. And there the hats come flying on the ice from the other NV Ice team. I count about 7 that are all tossed on the ice in favor of LeBlanc. Atmosphere in here is incredible. And Smith went out of the box, thinking they were short-handed. So Braden LeBlanc completes his hat trick with 46 seconds left. And trying to poke it in the face-off dot. Taken back and poked by McIntyre. Back for the ice. It was against the boards. Going to search for it is Seelig. Vlahopoulos leading in the corner, trying to throw it against the boards. Blocked by Stay. Goes to the middle. Another strip of the puck. 20 seconds left, and the NB Ice, the bench and the fans, they know they've got it. It's all a matter of time. Liam DeJal working his way in. It's taken away, 10 seconds left along the blue line. It just exits 2-on-1 for the Riptide coming back the other way. Vlahopoulos will steer it up and back to back for this team. Team NB, the NB Ice, they have it. They take the win here at the Dieppe Uniplex. They are champions. And there they are on ice camera. See them celebrating. That's Anthony Tedien, awfully excited. And what a game this was. Braden Delane from the Uni Surface. We have the Uniplex Dieppe, New Brunswick for MSD. The defending champs defend it successfully. NB Ice, your champions here on MST.
Player of the game for visitor team Riptide, number 8, Lucas Zafaris. home team, NB Ice, number 97, Liam Leja.
Before we get started with the medal presentation, on behalf of East Coast Ice, I would just like to thank everybody for a great tournament. Congratulations to both teams. How this presentation will go, we will start with the silver medals, and then we will invite the parents of the gold medal team to join us in dressing room number 6 where we will present the rings, okay? So we'll give you the trophy here on the ice, and we'll do the ring presentation in room 6, and parents, you guys can join us in there. So we're going to begin with the silver medal presentation to the Riptides. Again, congratulations.
Number 3, Bennett Way. Number 4, Makeda McKinnon. Number 7, Cloud Jennings. Number 8, Luca Zafaris. Number 9, Ty Smith. Number 10, Levy J. Number 14, Kingstone Stay. Number 15, Arlo Treme. Number 17, Jalissa Lavoie. Number 30, Felix Arsenault. Number 34, Austin Arsenault. Number 42, Lance Toll. Number 47, Hank Hayson. Number 87, Carter McAdam. Number 88, Kane McIntyre. Number 97, Hattie Carr. And number 98, Oliver Malone. And now Team NB Ice can go get their trophy. Team NBU, after you're done with the trophy, go in room 6 for your medals. Your ring, sorry.
Thank you all, but it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge.